Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Mike. During this video, I want to talk about modafinil and I want to talk about adrafinil. Let's say modafinil versus adrafinil. Now, there's a ratio. If you are taking them, you can't compare the doses because the ratio is somewhere along the lines of 100 milligrams of modafinil is equivalent to 300 milligrams of adrafinil. Now, for whatever reason, for those of you who don't know, modafinil is you're only able really to take it if you have some sort of prescription, whereas adrafinil is, you can virtually find it anywhere online. It's sold over the counter, and this is a bit puzzling. It's really unclear as to why they seem to do the same thing. If you know, all things being equal in the doses, the dose is such that they have an equivalent sort of effect. What you should notice from modafinil and adrafinil is more alertness, more focus, a little bit more energy, although not necessarily physical energy. More like it just fights off fatigue. So people who would benefit most from modafinil and adrafinil are people who are sleep deprived, but more so people who've accumulated a lot of sleep debt. What sleep debt is, let's say, for example, for a whole semester straight, you're only sleeping 6 hours per day, right? So, every day, let's say you're supposed to be getting 8 hours of sleep. So every day you're getting 2 hours behind, 2 hours behind, 2 hours behind, and you've accumulated all the sleep debt. Maybe you have 100 hours of sleep debt, right? So this is the type of person that can really benefit from these sort of substances. Although, if you're somebody who has been consecutively sleeping well, you're well rested, then you probably won't notice much from modafinil and adrafinil. You're better off trying some of the other nootropics like the racetams, C-Max, Noopept, experiment with adaptogens, and So looking at the differences, the only significant difference I noticed was modafinil. You experience the headache more, although I wouldn't say that, because these are both substances where no matter, like they say, 90% of headaches are caused by dehydration. The headaches you get from both of these substances, they're pretty bad towards the end of the day, and you can't really fight them off no matter how much water you drink. So modafinil, I experienced more of a headache, whereas with adrafinil, I experienced more irritability. So for that reason, I would personally prefer modafinil over adrafinil because I'm somebody who is in the communication business as part of my work, and when I was taking adrafinil, typically towards the later portion of the day, I was just more irritable, and having conversations was challenging. I was just more impatient. I couldn't empathize with people, couldn't really see things from their perspective and just connect with them. And that in itself is just a very important skill to have. So adrafinil is good in this scenario in which maybe you have computer tasks, like you're organizing things, just getting stuff done, but simple tasks. But for complex work, I would say modafinil is better, right? Again, like adrafinil is it's so good how available it is. You can purchase it online so easily, right? So hopefully that the same thing occurs with modafinil. More so than both of them, I think I like armodafinil, I'd say, better than both of them, although I may discuss that in a future video. Overall, there's really no differences between the two other than that. And again, you'll notice more when you're sleep deprived. So save it on those days where, save both of them for those days when, are like those emergency cases where maybe you pulled an all-nighter, or maybe you're traveling and you're a little bit jet lagged. And otherwise, if you're well rested, yeah, you could probably benefit from some of the other nootropics, maybe even phenylparacetam. Typical dose of modafinil, I like personally about 150 milligrams. 100 is a good safe place to start, but 150 was decent just once in the morning, and then using things like L-theanine throughout the day, some green tea, just to keep yourself calm, because these are stimulants and you may notice like your mind just sort of being just going too fast, just a little bit overstimulated, and that's not really a comfortable feeling, but your mood is definitely improved. So that's pretty cool. So I hope that was helpful, guys. If there's anything you'd like me to review in a future video, just comment below or email me, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time. Take care.